Dragon, SpaceX, go for launch.
SpaceX, Dragon, go for launch.
3, 2, 1. Mission. Engine's full power and liftoff. Go Falcon, go NASA, go Crew 11.
They launched from Florida atop a SpaceX rocket with a destination 400 kilometres above Earth.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
Godspeed, Endeavour.
15 hours later, it docked to the International Space Station with a payload including the 4 eager astronauts of Crew 11.
NASA astronaut Mike Fink for his 4th visit to the International Space Station. Now coming through the hatch is Roscosmos cosmonaut Oleg Platonov, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency astronaut Kimi Yu, Zena Cardman, her first time on board the International Space Station as well. Lots of smiles and hugs.
Their mission plan involved routine maintenance and cutting-edge experiments, helping prepare NASA for future operations deeper into space.
This has been the absolute journey of a lifetime. We are so incredibly grateful to be here.
That journey of a lifetime was scheduled to last almost 6 months, but late last week, news came which cut the mission short.
A single crew member on board the station experienced a medical situation and is now stable. I've come to the decision that it's in the best interest of our astronauts to return Crew 11 ahead of their planned departure.
Bringing a crew home has never been done before. There's no standard protocol for this.
So Mike, would love to know what you think has happened, and if you can explain, why can't we get that information from NASA?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the reason you can't get the full details is because it's private medical information. NASA is going to put the put the lock on that information. I got a feeling it's just an anomaly of something that happened. They have some kind of episode or something. They wanted to bring them home just to, err on the side of caution here.
Mike Massimino is a former NASA astronaut, a veteran spaceman who flew risky missions to service and upgrade the Hubble telescope.
And we copy, go for RSU-3.
He was the first to tweet from space, and he also worked on ISS operations from ground control. He's been watching Crew 11 closely. So if something goes wrong up there on the ISS, what options do crews have?
They're trained medically really well. They can take blood, they can suture, they can treat wounds, they can do CPR. There's diagnostic equipment up there. There's an AED, there's defibrillators, stuff like that. But they don't have a hospital up there. It could be that whatever this thing is, maybe the zero gravity environment affects it more adversely than it would if the person was on Earth.
Microgravity is a serious health challenge for astronauts spending months in the International Space Station. It's an issue Professor Meng Law has been studying for years.
So on Earth, where there is 1 G of gravity, the heart will pump blood up into the brain, and gravitational forces will pull that blood back down into the chest and into the lower extremities, whereas in space, where there's no gravity, a lot of the blood and fluid stays in the brain, and this results in swelling of the brain, swelling of the optic nerves, and so this requires that astronauts probably only spend 6 to 12 months on the space station or in space, and then they have to return to Earth to equilibrate.
So Mike, with the training, I mean, how rigorous is that to endure this physiological duress? And I mean, health checks as well, that must be important.
They look at everything. They look at it starting at selection. You can start at the top and go all the way down to the toes. They're going to look at it, and any openings, they'll go inside and check it out. So they're looking at everything. They don't want you to get up there and then have a problem.
What do you think this means then for, those really big plans, colonising the moon, going further afield?
And we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
What if something goes wrong on one of those journeys?
If you're on the moon, it's not going to be easy to blast off from the moon. It's not like a deorbit from the space station. And even further, forget it. If you're on Mars, you're out of luck, man. You got to take care of all that stuff out there. So I think this is a pretty good indication that, well, what would you do if you were really far away I think that's going to be a big question going forward.
Professor Meng Law says sci-fi is inspiring solutions. He's helping develop AI-powered medical robots.
So the world of Star Wars, where androids like C-3PO and R2-D2, this is becoming a reality now very rapidly, and they'll have all the knowledge of any medical specialist or any surgeon on a spaceflight. You can have that that android or that humanoid on board, and perhaps even perform quite complex surgeries.
Dragon SpaceX, all hooks open.
Undocking confirmed.
For now, the focus is getting Crew 11 back to full health as they come back down to Earth.
You dream about it maybe your whole life, and then it happens, and before you know it, it's over. You're like, what happened? There's always a little bit, I think, of, sadness or melancholy, a little bit about it, nostalgia that, this is going to end, and we'll see what comes next.